Hi guys, Cy Fisher here with Windermere Real Estate South Whidbey. Today we're doing another tech training tutorial. Today we're going to work in Realist, which is a tool provided to you by your MLS, and you can get to it through Matrix. Pretty cool tool. My favorite part about it is that you can actually pull tax information for any property, and then you can convert that into mailing labels right straight through the program. And there's some pretty cool targeting stuff you can do. And that's what I'm going to show you how to do today. So let's go ahead and get right into the tutorial. All right. So here we are in Realist, and this is kind of the basic layout. I'll show you a couple different methods we can go about doing this. So let's say, for example, we have a buyer and they're looking for a property in a specific area, but there's no properties on the market. So something you would encounter in this market, I'm sure. So basically, you could use your map. It's very similar to Google Maps, scroll in, scroll out, and all that good stuff. So say, for example, maybe it was on Saratoga Road they were looking and they wanted to be close to Langley. So what you would do is you would, locate that area on the map, and you could just type in an address here too if that was easier, and it would send you directly to that area. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to come up here and use the drawing tool, select that. And you can do it a couple different ways. You could do a radius, which is going to create a circle, rectangle, which is a rectangle, and it's going to be confined to that, or polygon, which you can basically create your own custom shapes. So I'm sure you guys are somewhat familiar with how these types of things work. Oh, and there's a shape I made from earlier, kind of interesting. All right, yeah. So if I select the radius tool, you're just going to drag outward from the point of where you're wanting to start. So I kind of want to, maybe my buyer's looking for waterfront specifically, so maybe that's not the perfect tool for this type of thing. So I'll come up here and hit clear all. Try rectangle. Oh, as I said, I could go something like that, but then I have this big corner in the lower left, which is an area I'm not really trying to target either. So that's not the ideal tool for this project either. So I'm going to come down here to polygon. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create, a custom shape that basically kind of follows Saratoga Road, but only for that set area. And now when I hit search, it's going to show me the parcels that are within that specific area. You can see I actually went over the line a little bit over here. So it picked up some of those other ones that are not waterfront. So if I come back here, I can modify each one of these points and kind of drag it over and hopefully eliminate those ones that I wasn't wanting in my search. Let's drag in. So there we go. Still have this one over here. That seems fine. I'll just leave that. So now that we have our defined area where we're wanting to, pull that label information, you could just call it good right here. And you would come down here to labels and you'd click that button. Then you have an option to select your layout. The Avery 5160 are pretty common. They're the 3x10 for mailing address. So you can pick whatever template you want to use. You can pick mixed case or all capital. I like to use mixed case for my mailing labels. This one right down here, this option is very important. And it really is just dependent upon what type of campaign you're doing. So we're looking to possibly find a property that someone wants to sell that's not currently on the market. Well, we're probably going to want to then target the actual tax billing address rather than the property address. So say, for example, they have renters in there, then it's going to go to the renters. Instead, if we use this one, it's going to go to where the owner is actually located of that property. So down here is a couple other options. Show current owner is going to put their name in, include foreign address. Maybe they're living abroad. You can check that or uncheck it if they have an address that's abroad. Usually I'll just leave that unchecked. Eliminate duplicate labels. You definitely want to do that. Sometimes people own more than one parcel in an area. And I'm just going to test this out live for you. Create custom label. Here you can put, additional information, say, sell your name. Probably don't want to put that, but we'll just use that as an example. And then you're going to come down here and you're going to hit create. Now, what it's going to do is it's going to save it in a format called rich text format, which is basically a word processing format that you can open in pretty much any program. So most of you have Word. If you don't have Word, you have something else, you're still going to be able to open it. So I'll just save that on the desktop where it's easy to find. And then I'll go ahead and open it and we can see what it looks like. So there you go. We have the name, the address, and we have the little custom, line that I put in there. And your labels are basically ready to go. Hit print and you're good. So pretty amazing. So if you want to do it quick like that, you can just do it exactly how we did. Now I want to show you some ways you can kind of narrow it down a lot more. Pretty cool options you have over here. So if you're in quick search, you have a certain amount of things you can use to search for a property. But if you head over here to the My Search tab, it gives you several more. So you can adjust the range for total assessed value, improved percent, lot acres. I'm not sure if these are all default. I may have already messed with mine. But what I want to show you is you can come up here to customize search right here. Left click on that. And it's going to give you all the different parameters you can narrow or modify your search with. So maybe we don't want over here on the right, they are the ones you currently have selected. So let's just clear those out. Maybe we don't want all that stuff. So on the left here, you got a bunch of different tabs. It starts with all categories, which I don't recommend using. It's going to be overwhelming. A lot of stuff you're not going to want to use in that category, but let's just come down here to owner information. So this is to narrow down your search. So maybe we're wanting, this is one that's commonly used for this type of stuff, which is owner occupied. So maybe we're wanting to target owners who are actually living in that area. Or maybe we want to target owners that aren't even living in the property. So as we think it's more likely that they will sell. So you kind of have to determine how you want to use these search parameters for your own campaigns, but that's a good one to use. Geography, you got characteristics of the property. Another good way to narrow it down if your buyer's looking for something specific, the lot square feet or lot acres or total living square feet. Those are good ones you can use to narrow down your search. So, you're not hitting every house in that neighborhood like we did originally. Now you can narrow it down to just homes above, 2,200 square feet or whatever you're looking for specifically. Listing information, there's stuff here. I'm not going to go through every single one of these, but I recommend, you can get creative with this and do really targeted mailing campaigns using this program, which is actually pretty amazing. I know that other companies, outside of real estate will pay for this information or pay for a platform that can give them this information, and they're paying, hundreds of dollars a month, sometimes even more. So as realtors, we get it for free. It's definitely very useful. So recommend coming in here, playing around if you want to tailor your search a bit more. So now we could say, hey, we have, what is it, 70? You can see the total down here, 70 matches, right? Well, that's too many and it's not as specific as I want. So let's say I want homes that are 2,200 square feet, and you have to put a top of range too. So I'll just go 5,000 because they basically want anything above 2,200 square feet, let's say. So now if I hit search again, it narrows it down even more. So now I got 21 properties that are all on the waterfront in this little tiny area that are, above 2,200 square feet for the living space. Pretty cool how we already narrowed it down a lot. We could check owner occupied. Let's go ahead and see how many people are. How many of these properties are actually occupied by the owner of the property. So we narrowed it down even more. So, you can find a very targeted list of people that you're wanting to market to using this tool. Very, very cool. Once you have your list again, come down here, labels, and then you just go through that same process I showed you earlier. They do allow you a certain amount per month to do this. So you can't just spam 10,000 people, every day or whatever, something crazy. So you're allowed a certain amount per month and it'll reset on the first of the month every month. So pretty neat. They give you 5,000 in Whidbey. That should be more than enough. In other areas, maybe that is a limiting factor. But yeah, I highly recommend you guys use this tool when you're wanting to do your mailing campaigns. And you can do really targeted campaigns, which is of the utmost value. You know, every door direct mailing is cool because it's a little bit less expensive, but a lot of those ones are just hitting the trash or not even making it, you know, um, to a person's eye at all, but you get to you get to mail it for less expensive. With this, you can just be very, very targeted. So you can have a targeted design, or you can send personal letters too. If you're wanting to go, we only have 14 matches. You could do a personal letter to 14 people, and you have all the mailing labels right here based upon this criteria. So super powerful stuff. Highly recommend you guys come in here and check it out and are using this feature. That's pretty much going to do it for the tutorial today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, reach out to me. You can leave a comment in the comment section for, if you have any questions about this, or if you have recommendations for other tutorials you want to see, anything tech related for real estate, I'm happy to hear your suggestions. And so I will see you guys on the next tutorial. Bye.